Good evening, and welcome to the Nottingham Nightly News, where everything is true unless we made it up. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Humpty Dumpty completes physical therapy. Amish fairy godmother turns Ferrari into horse-drawn carriage. And tonight from Hollywood, Little Red Riding Hood signs movie deal. Back in the news once again, Little Red Riding Hood's never-ending attempts to extend her 15 minutes of fame ramped up another notch yesterday as the ubiquitous damsel in distress announced that she's inked a movie deal. Little Red, who just months ago tried to resurrect her stardom by releasing a hip-hop single titled Little Red into Hood featuring Bo Peep with Old Mother Hubbard, confirmed through her publicist she is signed on to co-star with an aging Sylvester Stallone in Marvel's latest superhero movie, Captain Prostate: Duty Calls. The movie will mark Little Red's latest attempt to reestablish her fleeting stardom. She moved to Hollywood 2 years ago after garnering national attention by getting eaten by a wolf, then immediately made more headlines after being arrested for drunk driving in Beverly Hills mere days after her arrival. She was eventually sentenced to 45 minutes of looking at a picture of a jail, plus some community service plucking chin hairs off retired movie stars at the Burbank Botox Clinic. We'll take a break, but while we're on the subject of showbiz, let's see what's new in theaters this week.
Just when you thought that Star Wars was done, Emperor Palpatine is back. And this time, he's in the buff. It's Star Wars, the Emperor's New Clothes. The rebellion is on the brink of defeat. As a last hope, Han Solo and Chewbacca go undercover as galactic tailors to convince the Emperor to try their secret line of Sith chic robes. What will happen when Luke Skywalker launches his attack during Palpatine's parade through the Death Star? Who will win the pixelated lightsaber battle? And can Luke survive when he makes the stunning discovery that Palpatine can shoot Force lightning from his toes? Wow. You'll need to get your heads out of the dumpster. Starring Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Ian McDermott as the Emperor from the neck up, and Channing Tatum as the Emperor's abs, Star Wars, the Emperor's New Clothes opens Friday in theaters everywhere. And don't worry, it's not in 3D. Get your tickets now.
Thanks to Adam Jaxa for the voiceover work there. Adam is better known as the voice of Central Michigan University sports, and if you've ever heard him call a game, you can bet you'll be hearing him in even bigger places soon. Now back to our headlines. Ugly Duckling gives inspiring TED Talk. PETA to protest popping of weasels. And finally, Bunyan opens big and tall shop. When local lumberjack Paul Bunyan finally hung up his giant axe and retired last year, he knew he wouldn't be able to sit around and watch timber sports on TV for long. Instead, he set out to realize a secret dream he'd had for years, opening his own big and tall clothing store. When you're 14 feet tall, you'd be amazed how hard it is to find a good-looking shirt, Bunyan noted. Though Bunyan is still debating whether to call the business Big as Paul's or Big Ass Paul's, the new store is slated to open next month in the abandoned two-story warehouse on Log Hill. Ironically, legend has it that Log Hill was formed years ago when a young Bunyan was on a campout and took a giant dump in the meadow when he couldn't find an outhouse. The shop will offer every imaginable aspect of lumberjack fashion, including flannels, Carhartts, 10-foot-long suspenders, and, well, that's actually pretty much it. Bunyan also indicated that he hopes to add a special section of big and tall clothes for pets, allowing customers to dress their enormous blue ox in a Christmas sweater that matches the one the crazy neighbor lady puts on her chihuahua before she stuffs him into her carry-on luggage. As of the time we went on air, noted half-giant Rubeus Hagrid was already lined up outside the door, looking to make some purchases both for himself and a couple of dragons.